Welcome back to another XRP update, and if you've been following me day by day for the past few weeks / month, I've actually been macro bearish. Even though I was calling for this smaller micro bullish pattern, this falling wedge, the target itself would have just taken it back to where it was. And there's no actual further expectations from here. In my past videos, I've mentioned already, this is a multi-year, 7 to 8 year long resistance. Hasn't been tested, just makes sense to reject. And when you reject, if we're not continuing higher through here, then a bearish pattern is going to form. And I've been warning for literally a month now of this head and shoulders neckline. There are many reputable Twitter pages, YouTubers that are constantly saying it is going to go higher, while I was pretty much one of the only ones saying this could be a macro head and shoulders pattern. This could be the start of a macro reversal. Now, we can see today, following yesterday's close, we've now got that breakdown validating what I've been warning about all these days and weeks. So what needs to happen to go ahead and invalidate further downside? XRP must now reclaim the neckline off of this bounce from the green box. So we need to see something like that. The unfortunate thing at the moment, we've got the moving average now under. This is about to form a bearish cross. And so a move back up into there should just be a retest of the neckline before rolling over once again in the downward direction, attempting to lose this key level of support. Support by definition means bottom. That's why we're getting that short-term rally. Resistance means top, and we're getting we're about to form some bearish crosses. We just lost a key level of support that brought multiple bounces. You can see from $2 to $3.40. The wick was down there. Let's look at the bodies from $2.30 up until $2.80. So it was a strong level of support, giving bounces in the past. It's now lost. You do have the horizontal level instead of just the trend line. So with that, it must recover that trend line. We don't want to see it used as resistance. Otherwise, it's calling for lower. And anyways, guys, if we ever see this moving average loss, it's the 100. It actually calls for a move down to the 200 EMA. But the longer it takes to roll over, this will actually drag up. Hopefully, this is a time where we can actually consolidate a bit. And then this will allow the 200 EMA to drag up. I would love for it to cross over $2. Most likely will not, because we've already lost this a lot quicker than I thought we expected. At the end of last week, we were actually looking for continuation into the final resistance. But guys, it couldn't even break through this first obstacle. Even if it had broken this, I was still saying the top should come in here, latest. So a move out of here would have trapped even more people. And in the end, we rolled over anyways. Couldn't even get to that final resistance. Remember, you have to see XRP flipping 315 in order to meet these targets. So those targets are never happening unless 315 is broken and reclaimed. And so that gives more validity to what we actually see with our eyes. Very crystal clear for a long time for me personally. And I've been trying to get you to understand and see it as well. And it's just proving me right. While under 315, this is bearish. You have the bearish pattern setting up. Even before this broke out, I was saying it's going to form a right shoulder because we already have this double top over here, or now head and shoulders pattern with the right shoulder. So all that XRP needs to do to invalidate further downside is recover the moving averages, the neckline, $2.65, $2.70, and pump into $3.15. This is still not good enough. Need to turn that into support. Okay, guys? A lot needs to happen to sort this mess out, doesn't it? So it's much easier to fail the move up. It's much easier to find the next resistance and roll over again, and lower high and lower low, and lower high and lower low. Until I see structural changes, characteristic changes, I'm not going to flip my bias. You know, you'd say, okay, look how many days had passed in this area, all to go lower. And I was warning it the whole time. It's eventually come true. So is it better position now than before? No. And being over here meant that it's one step away from turning bullish. You know, holding the neckline, great first step. Breaking out the pattern, another great step. But you have to break out of this lower high structure, and that happens on the break of the Fibonacci level 786 and 886 as the reversal wave is created. That means these targets become valid. Until that moment, those targets are not valid. And if that's the case, then there's no possible path up to here. And that means there's only one other direction this can go. While under this, we're rolling over. And that is exactly what's happened. I will be here to update it as it develops, but please be aware 315 still needs to be reclaimed, and we're further away from there. Now that we've lost the neckline, this should act as resistance, but it'd be a great first step to reclaim it. That is it from me today. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. If you want to actually learn to do this on your own, so you don't have to rely on my videos, well, there are multiple options. Learn it for yourself through the one-to-one mentorship or the ebook, but jump into the community. There's more TA in there from myself and other students of mine. You're going to learn from just seeing it multiple times. I also do live streams. So just like these videos, where you actually get to ask questions, actually get to cover cryptos that you want to cover. And yeah, share my experiences. Use the links down below if you want to jump in. Cheers.